All right. Theoretically, we're live. Hey, Mom. Bug here. So, we have moved slightly in the building. We were over in the transit corridor south, just south of the turntable. And you could actually see the turntable from where we are now. It's just out this window, right? Sorry, I just knocked that over for funsies. So that's the ordinary AWE right there. And we saved over there, and I teleported up here. So you know kind of where we are in the building. So we're going to do a side mission today, and there is a non-zero chance that what you are about to witness is your daughter devolve into swearing viciously at everything in a 2-mile radius, because this portion of the game kind of kicked my ass last time. So yeah, there's a bunch of enemies there, and no, I'm not going to fight them. So, hold on. There's an object there. Hold on. Okay, we gotta read this. I'm running away from the enemies because I don't want to deal with them. Because I'm going to have to go through this section probably several times before I kill this boss. So, we just got an item. It's compiled by Lynn Salvador, so Simon's boss, by order of Zachariah Trench, so it's from Trench. Threshold with effect blank manifested in the containment sector in the middle of blank department. Simultaneously, numerous blank appeared in the area, injuring and killing many blank. After rescue operations were completed in blank, rangers were sent to discover the threshold's epicenter. The sheer amount of blank made the expedition impossible. The area was sealed off after removing the clocks proved an impossible task. The department was relocated and the area abandoned. Researchers theorized the threshold and introduced unstable matter to our dimension, which adopted the form of blank as blank when introduced to more stable blank. This one I'm not so sure of, but basically what it's talking about is the clocks and the boss I am about to go fight. What happened is something went wrong in the middle of this department. I think a ton of clocks appeared in the area, killed everyone. They tried to get rid of them. They weren't able to. They had to evacuate the entire region, and that's why this section of the house that they just refer to as clocks now is abandoned. And she's right. There's just like a shit ton of clocks here. So we're running through this area. So now normally this was one of those like safe rooms. Normally they have a back, right? This one did not have a back because the house has rearranged itself. This architecture looks very much like something that we're not used to, right? And the reason I didn't even come back here earlier is because I need to be able to teleport over that gap into the abyss, and then subsequently teleport over this gap into the abyss. So there's a couple boxes here. I'm not sure if I have enough levitation to get all of them, but they should have a couple of items in them. Let's see if I can. Am I quick enough to get over there? Nope, not quite. Not quite enough levitation to do that. And the gap below me is a fall and you die gap. So let's not overextend ourselves. There's one up there as well. I think if I can get to that one, then I can get to that one. And maybe I can get to them both from that platform there if I beat this boss. But I love this kind of weird-ass fucking house architecture. I feel like the house is definitely organic and alive, and this is like its natural form. So we're gonna go fight the anchor. And I don't know if you recall, but let's see if I can pull up the file really quick. There was a supplement on the anchor. Let's see, it's gonna be in case files. Let's see if we can find it. Anchor supplement. This was the one. So this is what we're fighting. The crew of the White Ocelot encountered a strange spherical phenomenon while the fishing in the blank. Witnesses described it as a black sphere. It hovered off the bow of the ship. The crew blanked. Tin bucket disappeared. Blah, blah, blah. This might sound familiar. Apparently, the ship's metal rusted and fell apart within minutes. The ship sank and the sphere lowered into the water. We recovered the anchor. And what it says is, as agents lifted the anchor off the seafloor, they noticed the sphere behaved in conjunction with the anchor, moving and stopping as one. Contact with the sphere was avoided, but handling the anchor proved harmless. The item was transported. So they brought the anchor. The anchor is tied to the sphere. So I don't think the anchor is the altered object, or it is an altered object, but the real problem is this fucking nightmare creature thing.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's my general feeling too, Jesse. Yeah, what the fuck is that? So it does this, and it shoots a shit ton of clocks. This is where the clocks in this entire department come from. And it's not so bad a boss, except eventually it starts moving faster and you keep having to move from platform to platform to avoid it. So it shoots clocks at whatever platform. It moves in, I think, I want to say a clockwise fashion. But once it has done shot some clocks, it does so much goddamn damage. Now You notice how that did a lot more damage than the last thing I shot at it? I shot like an actual gun at it and it had no effect. But if I shoot that clock at it, it has like a super effect. That is a good thing. Because, as you can see, my gun does very little damage to this motherfucker. Pardon my French. So, I have 4 of these like super powered clocks that I'm going to be able to shoot at him. And in between, I just have to throw shit at him. And now, every so often, he changes directions randomly, which is really quite upsetting. And he calls in fucking minions, man. So, suddenly, we end up in a situation where there's a shit ton of explodey boys. And let me just tell you, I am not in the mood for explodey boys right now. These guys are not so bad. Normally, I can take them out pretty quick. If they get shot with the clocks, they actually take damage, so that's nice. But the explodey boys are going to be a problem real fast. I end up just running around trying not to get hit by them. Every time I take them down, he's just going to spawn more of them. So it's kind of one of those keep moving attrition combat situations. And see, he's already shooting his clock, so now I know I have to go over to this section fast as I can, because I have to pick up this clock and shoot it into his mouth once he opens it. And I try to hit that red sphere. I don't know if that's necessary, honest to God, but I try. Yeah, the first few times I did this, I definitely died a lot. I didn't yet know that the trick was to keep hovering. I wasn't as comfortable with the hover mechanic as I am now. And the hover mechanic definitely gets easier the more you use it. But see, okay, so he's shooting at the platform behind me. I don't have time to keep running. So now I've got to run the opposite direction so I can get a little bit ahead of his pattern. And just knock out some of these explodey boys, which actually he might be out of explodey boys, which would be just, honest to God, swell. Okay, so he's facing the opposite direction, so I'm going to try shooting him with my gun while he should be facing that platform in a second here. So the gun automatically goes off. You can charge it up. I've upgraded this gun. You can charge it up with 3 shots, but once it hits the 3rd shot, it does automatically fire. So you have to time them relatively carefully to make sure that you don't end up shooting into the void. Oh, I forgot about these motherfuckers. So these guys become a problem. These are kind of the upgraded, yeah, take out those guys. These are the upgraded Tomasi style enemies that end up being a problem for me. I'll throw the big clock at him. Oh, fuck. Do I have time to throw the big clock? Everybody wants the big clock, Meg. And get the hell out of the way of his attack. Maybe? Yeah! Okay. The main trick to this fight, honest to God, is just don't get fucking hit. Just try so hard not to get fucking hit with those clocks. Because one of those is just like world-changing, game-endingly bad. And I think I just pointed myself in the direction that he is actually going to shoot. Don't go that way. Yeah, don't go that way. Okay, and now we go that way because he's already fired his clocks that direction. And there should be some health down here from all of the enemies he's been taking out with his stupid clocks. Thank goodness. So he's going to be facing that platform next. And I'm going to jump over here and hopefully get out of the way of him in time. If you're like anywhere within a 10-degree radius, oh, he's behaving erratically. Oh, I don't like this part of the fight. I think at some point he starts skipping sections. See, he did the one directly behind me. And I don't know if he's going to do that one or this one next. So I kind of want to be in midair to discover what he's going to do. Okay, so he did that one. So he should do the one I was just on next. This game is shockingly stressful, man. And at the same time, I'm trying to avoid these stupid fuckers. And I picked up, so the gun I'm using actually is an explodey gun. It's like way more damage. Oh, don't go over there. Now go over there. It's way more damage because it's kind of like a grenade launcher type gun. But the problem with it is if you shoot too close to yourself, you will absolutely damage yourself. Like up until the point of death. So I'm going to try it. Whoa! Where is this? So this is the Tomasi guy who's fucking with me right now. Oh no! Oh, and I went the wrong direction. Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. We can do this. This is fine. Okay. Oh, he shouldn't hit this platform again. Let's change guns. We don't want to shoot ourselves in the face. We want to collect this health. We want to get the fuck out of Dodge. Alright, so he's going to hit this platform next, so we want to go this direction, so we're behind him. Oh, he skipped that platform altogether. See, this is what I mean. He starts getting weird, and I don't like it. And see how little damage that did? That, like, did not do enough damage to him. Damage. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. He hadn't shot his clocks yet. So, I hate this boss battle so much. So the first time I played this, I don't even think I got him that low. The first time I played this, I got my butt handed to me. I swear to God, I died. I mean, honestly, literally, probably 20 times. I want to say like 50 or 60 because that's not accurate. I want to say I actually ended up paying like 5 times, and then I would put the controller down and walk away and just scream into a pillow, come back the next day and do another 5. Because this is an optional boss. I mean, to some degree it's optional. I really want to beat this boss, but because this is an optional boss, I'm not as concerned with beating him, so I could go on and do other things in the game. But oh, he's so challenging. So, unfortunately, as you just saw, I have to run all the way back to that boss, and these enemies spawn almost every time. We'll see if we get a flash of red. We did not.
This is a safe room Will showed me. The one with the
so
altered
she's
item
just mentioning
inside.
that this is where there's an altered item. I think we've already done this. Yeah, we've already been in here. This is just like a bathroom. And another bathroom. So many nice bathrooms. Yeah, okay, so there's my enemies. Yeah, I'm not fighting them. I wanted my safe room, and I want to go fight my boss, and I don't want to have to walk in between the two.
Great.
For as long. I do think she says that text every time, and I'm just like, we've been here, Jesse. You don't remember it because you died, but we've been here. Alright, so this time I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take down a bunch of his health with my... what do they call it? The gun itself is called Charge, right? And it's giving me faster projectile speed and a faster reload speed. You know what? Those actually might not be my best options right now. Let's see. Oh, ammo cost while levitating? Yeah, I'm going to be levitating for a lot of this fight, so that's great. And energy gain from headshots. I'm not going to make any headshots on this thing. But what about rate of fire? Damage while low on health? Damage after a kill? Headshot damage? Blast radius. Let's give him an increased blast radius. Okay. I'm going to try to take down as much of this fucker's health with my gun as I can before I use those large scale clocks. Now these little clocks, I think they do him damage as well, but the most damage is done by those large scale clocks. So I am going to try to... Oh, I pressed the wrong fucking button. I'm going to try to do as much damage to this guy as I can using just my gun. And I charged too early. See, and now that did a little damage to him. I don't think it does any damage if I shoot him while he's closed. Now I find it useful to levitate and then head a little bit over. I don't know if I need to, just so I can really get that central pink thing inside of him. I think that's really the part of him that takes damage. But what do I know? I'm making it up as I go, man. Almost missed. Alright. And he's taken actually a fair amount of damage from this. The charge is my favorite weapon for fighting this guy. The charge might just be my favorite weapon altogether. So at some point in the near future, he's going to start generating small-scale enemies. Get on the platform. Get on the platform. So I just want to keep my ears peeled for them. I should hear a scream or something from them. There they are. I was going to say, or some kind of redness out of them. Now, don't get caught. Don't fall. There are no platforms below me. So if I fall off the edge of these platforms, I'm fucked. Game over, start again. And that was a lot of my restarts early on when I was fighting this boss, because I just didn't understand levitate well enough to know where my edges were and when I could live and when I was fucked. Alright, so I'm going to skip straight past this one. He just shot at this one. So I need to get to this edge. Oh, apparently I'm throwing a clock at him and not shooting. That's fine. Just a small clock. See, I don't think that does as much damage as the big clocks, but it still does quite a bit of damage. I don't know what he just... Oh, I don't want to use that one yet. Okay, now I want to use this one. And I want to go to the platform he was just on, because he's about to shoot where I am. Hopefully that took out some of those enemies. It totally did. Okay. So I feel like the pace gets more frantic the more damage he takes, right? I think that's definitely a thing that's going on here. I think as he gets damaged, he starts behaving more erratically, right? And I have to start paying more attention to the enemies because he spawns that higher leveled guy. So some of these are his charged, right? And they're just easy. You just shoot them down, they're fine. Some of these are, and I can't remember the name of them, but the Tomasi type enemies. And those are the ones I'm really worried about right now, because they actually pay a little bit more attention and they can do some serious damage. I don't even think he was real. I think he was glitching. Okay, I need to be off this platform right now. Get off this platform, get off this platform. Juke, juke. Okay, okay, we made that off that platform. We're not going to go on that platform because that one should theoretically be the one who's about to get shot. Yep. We're going to juke like crazy onto this platform. Try to grab this clock and throw it in his fucking mouth. Oh, he's not facing the right direction. You son of a bitch. Come on, come on, come on. Open your fucking mouth. Open your mouth. Got you.
That must be the altered item.
Son of a bitch. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you so much. Okay. I think the first time I played this, I actually died right after I beat him. So I was like, I guess I'll have to come back to this area then. And there was the anchor just sitting there, being all anchor shaped. Fucking yeah. What? Sorry, I'm pretty happy about that. Second try. That's really good for me with control bosses. I love this rainbow blur they do. So let's cleanse the altered item. The sphere was the problem, but the altered anchor, or the altered item was, I guess, the anchor.
There. No wonder the Rangers had such a hard time with that.
Boom! And I get a bunch of crap from it, so... Oh, thank God. Okay, I don't think there's anything else in here to discover. You know, I'm probably wrong. Sometimes there's hidden areas in sections like this. Pretty sure that foggy void is just death, so I'm not going to go down there. This actually was blocked off with a door. I don't know if you've noticed that at any point during the boss fight. I didn't really look back. But now that we're done with the boss fight, I can go over here. If I move fast enough and use my little shoop in midair. And I can pick up this box. Nice, a remote thought. That is void next to me, so don't fall down into that. And then I think if I'm good, I can get to these two. Yeah! And I am good. I mean, We knew that. I'm not particularly good at this game, just so you know. Like, dying twice to a boss, or dying once to a boss isn't like the best record, but I'm pretty proud of myself anyway. I think there's an upper ceiling because I should be able to go higher than that. I'm fairly sure. Some of these areas have, unfortunately, an upper ceiling, and I'm just like, but no, I wanted to explore infinitely upward forever and ever. Yeah, I'm not gonna get to do that. Oh well. It's so cool though. Architecture. Okay, we're just gonna drift our way down back into our little starting area and get the heck out of here. So that was the first of several optional bosses for the game Control. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll continue on playing. That was not all we're going to do today. That's just not enough, in my opinion. But yeah, so the Rangers had a hard time with that one, and again, we can probably see why. I'm not going to fight these enemies. I don't want to. Just don't want to. I fought the enemies in this room too many times. I no longer care. Haha, motherfuckers. I'm just going to run to the control point and save at the control point. And then we can consider what we want to do from there. All right, so I got some more abilities, right? So we've already looked at this once, and I mostly have been doing this off screen, but I can level up my abilities. I have basically health mods here, so I can get plus 30% to health. I don't have enough points for that, but whatever. I can get more energy so that I can throw things more. I can do more melee damage. I never do melee damage. I can launch stuff, right now. I can do more launch damage, or I can start launching big motherfuckers. This one's like launch anything you want, kind of. I can increase my shield, and I can start throwing my shield at people. Actually, I might get that one. I really like that one. I can seize enemies, or I can seize more enemies, and then this is ground pound and levitate. First playthrough, I maxed out health and then levitate. Those are kind of my staples. But honestly, I kind of like being able to throw shit at people, so I think I'm going to throw shit at people. So what this does is, I've always had this shield, right? Let's see if I can get it right. Right? I've had this shield for a while now. Now when I let go of it, bam! Right in someone's face. And I just like that that's like a little bit more damage. Let's see, what else? Astral constructs. So I can create a new modification for the weapon. So I can now upgrade charge, or theoretically I could upgrade charge if I had enough source material, which is like experience, basically. I can upgrade grip, though. I'm going to upgrade grip. Yeah, I got a third slot, and it should do more damage. So let's fill that third slot really quick. Let's see, that's in this menu. There's so many menus. So now I can upgrade this one, and let's see, what do we want? So right now, what's in it? What's in it is higher damage and less ammo cost. So it costs less ammo to fire it, which means I make more shots off theoretically, and it does more damage. I want to add, I can add energy gain from headshots, reload speed, rate of fire. I'm going to add rate of fire. I like being able to shoot lots and fast. I can also upgrade or look at some personal mods. It looks like we got all kinds of good stuff. Honest to God, I don't bother keeping anything that's level 2 or below after a certain point because I already have level 5, so like I'm never going to use the level 2s. It's just not going to happen. So we can also look at what our other missions were. So our main mission was, right, find the slide projector. We're still trying to figure out what the hell's going on with that. But we also have the mold that Raya wants us to go look at, Raya Underhill. The fridge, we're supposed to go help the guy who's left staring at the fridge, right? I told him I'd come back. We can play with the jukebox, which is a weird thing. I think Simon tells us about it if we ask him. We can find Arisha's old friends, which is a sad task. Basically, these 6 guys, none of them were their HRAs or didn't have HRAs. No, they weren't wearing the HRAs. So we can fuck with the mirror and synchronicity, which is cool, but very hard. And this is the first of my DLC quests that I haven't played. Oh! So I can play Dr. Yoshimi Tokui's guided imagery experience. And this is part of that DLC that I recently bought and haven't really played with yet, so I have no idea what it is, except I kind of already know what it is because I looked it up online because I'm a terrible person. But I haven't done it yet, so that's kind of cool. But that's more of like a mellow episode, and right now we're in the kill things mood. So let's go kill the thing in the fridge. I mean, let's go check on the guy with the fridge. That's definitely what I meant. So we're already in the right place, more or less. We're in the right department. We just need to go to the Panopticon, and we actually need to go to the upper Panopticon because he was on like the 5th floor or something. I don't think I ever found the Alan Wake Easter egg up there yet for this playthrough. Not positive if I did, but I'm going to try to look for it really quick because I'll be up there. It'll be fun. It is nice if you're moving within the same area of the game, you generally move just a little bit faster because it's already loaded the area, but not that much faster. These load times still kill me. Oh, that's super quick. Okay. So, Upper Panopticon. I'm just checking this direction to see if there's any of these open. Nope. It's just like, do you want to go over here? Nope. I don't, because there's a chest. See? This is why it pays to explore. What the? Level 3's blacked out. AI contain. What? I don't think I've ever actually looked at this. AI containment's on level 4. And what the hell is blacked out on level 3? This is not where these currently are. Like, this is not what the current level design looks like, right? I think level 4 is archived and level 3 is something else entirely. I'm not positive. Let's find out. So it said AI. No, yeah, it's not where things are, I don't think. Oh, what the fuck is that? Have I not noticed that? Is that changed? Am I crazy? I don't know. AI containment. Altered item containment, maybe? Not like AI like artificial intelligence, right? Because that would be terrible. Let's not do that. Let's not include artificial intelligences in this already fucked up game. And then, what was level 3? Alright, well, I'll deal with these explodey boys, because there's few enough of them that I don't care. There's another one of those Tomasi guys. I gotta find out what they're called, because they are my least favorite thing in the game. I'm gonna possess this one? Oh, somebody... Okay, so there's a health sphere somewhere, and I almost guarantee you it's downstairs here. Every one of these floors has a downstairs, and yep, there's that dumb little son of a biscuit. Son of a something! There's no point in fighting the enemies until he's dead, right? So I just have to run around down here and shoot this guy. Oh, yeah, that was real good, Aaron. Real smart. Block yourself from being able to shoot the thing until it explodes. And then I can fight my main enemies. Oh, got a shield down. He is definitely going to throw stuff at me. Oh, yeah! It's really hard to hit them with things. They dodge normally. So every time I do, I'm just like, yes, success! It's also worth trying just because it does so much more damage to them than normal stuff. Don't kill me! I'm not ready to die! I'm not a coward, I'm just hiding out of abundance of caution, as they say these days. Yeah! Okay, let's get whatever little mods and modifications they dropped. Thank goodness. Okay. So, what were we doing? Fridge duty. Right, we're on fridge duty. So, I can't remember what floor that guy's on. Guess we'll just have to check all of them. Why not? Let's see. Oh, sorry. I'm getting a little lost. These are all empty. Okay, I think we have to fill these up, if I recall correctly. We end up... Wow, I'm having a really dangerous day. We end up catching a bunch of altered items and filling those cells up with them as we find them. But I didn't see anything yet. So let's go over here and try the other side of the 4th floor. He might not be on the 4th floor. He might be on, like, the 3rd floor or the 2nd floor. Okay, this one is just Dylan's cell. Got it. Okay. I think that's just Dylan's cell, right? No, that was the Banikoff TV. Whatever. Let's try... Well, we can go up or down. It's harder to go down than up. Well, it's harder to go down later than it is to go... Well, it's harder to go up later than it is to go down now. You know. Something like English. Let's try the 5th floor. And if that's not it, we'll try the 3rd floor. Well, this side doesn't have anything, and I think this side might just be Dylan's containment cell. I'm just gonna look into the sides, trying to figure out where the hell that Alan Wake Easter egg is. I swear to God, it's here. It's a thing. It exists. That's a post box. That's a nothing. That's P6 cell. let's go this way. I don't think it was on the same floor as Dylan, so I'm betting he's on the 3rd floor. Not positive. That's that swan. That's a nothing. Okay. So, next attempt. No, hold on. Did I already go over here? That's locked. I just really am breaking everything I touch, aren't I? That's open. Yep, this was the hidden area. Okay, so well, this has nothing to do with the TV. But it does have a couple of things that are interesting. Typewritten page procedures. Woo! Containment procedure, typewritten page. Acquisition date, 8/27/2019. Ah, I'm so excited. Okay. Description altered effect. A standard letter-sized typewritten page with minor water damage. This page is full of text, but apart from the top 7 lines, all of the rest has been violently scratched out. Only a few individual words and phrases can be made out. The page emits a dim glow in the dark. When the text is read, there's a feeling of dislocation, as if witnessing the page being written as you read it, and as if reality around you was being blank to match the words on the page. This feeling is made stronger if the text is blank. Forensic and linguistics analysis confirmed that the text has been written by Alan Wake with the same typewriter as the earlier materials discovered in Bright Falls in 2010. See Bright Falls AWE case file for information. Oh yeah, Alan Wake references galore. This one made me so happy. And wait, when I unpause, it's gonna get better.
Here they're all the same. It's a hideous trap, my every thought made real. Fear, desire. How can I ever know for sure I've escaped and not just lost in my own fantasy? That thought alone can drive you insane.
Poor Wake. Yeah, so he's having you don't know it yet, but he's having a rough, millennium, pretty much. I'm sure I've gushed about this, but the next expansion is theoretically going to be Alan Wake based, and we're all very, very excited. This is also an altered item, entertainingly. It's the thermoses of coffee that you find in Alan Wake from the Oh Dear Diner. They just threw them in there because it's cute. It's another reference to Alan Wake, and the only way you would find this is if you were snooping around and found this little broken down doorway. Anyway, this is why I love this game. So we determined that the fridge we're looking for is not on level 4. It's not on level 5. It must be on level 3. So let's drop to level 3. I love doing that. I don't know why. It brings me such joy to be able to drop from the sky like you're going to die, like it's dangerous, and then just not, stop yourself at the last minute. So this is level 3, and actually, in retrospect, I think this is more items. See, there's the anchor. This is more items that I have to capture. So these will fill up with altered items as I capture them. I think this is not the floor I need. I'm probably going to need level 2. But let's check the other side of level 3, just in case. Because again, it's harder to go back up if you've already gone down. Okay, the other side of level 3 is locked up. Cool, easy peasy. Let's go to level 2. Whoop up. Okay, cool. I just love dropping. So this is the archives level. Well, this might not be it. It might be on level 1. I might be completely insane. We haven't gone to archives yet, have we? I think I just showed you that they exist and said that there was an angry sphere in them, and that's all I did. Maybe we'll check out archives too. There's the baby carriage. We read a page about that. There was the Christmas tree. We read a page about that. Let's see. This is the globe. We've read about that. Well, hell, we're not doing anything we anticipated we'd do today. I guess the fridge is on floor 1, but let's go check out archives. Yay! So this is entirely a side quest. We don't have to do this. This is not at all required, but it'll be fun. Okay, so I don't know how much actual content is in here as far as like files to discover. Oh look, there's a file, she said. Book club, Philip. Unless you hooked me right away. It began with a visceral dismemberment scene. I love this book. I want to read this fucking book. This great unsettling vibe created by the unexplained creature named The Fix. As an avid horror fan, I loved how the story veered from the genre conventions into something a little more, for lack of a better word, weird. Everything felt familiar, but just a little bit off. The characters even comment on it, saying how their lives felt out of control, as if they were just programmed to perform the same empty actions over and over. Very meta. And I love the way they left the ending wide open. What happened to the guy who ordered to watch those monitors for the rest of life? Did the Fix get him? Is he dead? Did he end up in a parallel reality with the others? We don't know, and that's okay. All in all, an interesting read. I'd give it a solid 4 out of 5. Points deducted for some of the clunky dialogue and unbelievable choices the characters made. I mean, who the hell would follow orders from their boss in the middle of such horrible slaughterfest? But I guess I shouldn't demand too much realism from a work of fiction. That does not sound anything like our current situation, does it? Like, that's not what's going on right now with this department. Hello! I hate those things. Okay. So knowing that one of those is it changes the way I interact with this room, because I really don't like those. Those are the invisible enemies that just kick my butt. They're not completely invisible. See that little glow? There's like a rainbow blur. That's her. She's actually, you can spend some time in photo mode capturing footage of her that's really interesting. She's actually a woman, like a filing clerk of some kind, whose body has been horrifically altered by the hiss. All that's left of her is like a pair of legs and a pair of beautiful arms, and the legs are in pumps. And the rest of her has been flayed open, turned inside out, and is like this living lung set. Really quite creepy, all things considered. So I'm just kind of gliding past these rooms, looking for any objects, like files. I love how this tells a little story. I think I already commented on that. This is a little sad story you get to hear about some guy who got pinned to the wall with a post. Not a good day for him. So we do have an astral spike on the bottom floor, but as long as we don't go near the bottom floor, we should be fine. I think though we also, unfortunately, have a health sphere Hikazuwa, which is going to make things a little bit more complex. Because until I kill him, I can't kill the hiss. Though, these charge guys, the nice thing about them is if you deal enough damage in one hit, they will go down, right? So, you don't necessarily have to get rid of the health sphere before you kill the explodey boys. I'm going to continue referring to them as explodey boys. I feel like that's the most accurate representation of who they are as people. Oh my gosh, okay, fell off a ledge. Didn't need to do that. Yes, thank goodness, okay. So we killed the health sphere. And I think the astral spike and the hiss will actually deal damage to each other. Well, rather, you can't kill the astral spike, so I think it will deal damage to the hiss. But that does us very little good, because the astral spike will still be a problem. I remember him causing me trouble last time I played this too. Ugh, that's my face. I needed that. I used that to live. Okay, so there's a box here. Let's open it. I think there's a file over there. We're going to read it in the midst of all this panic. Altered item behavior changes. Compiled by Frederick Langston, Panopticon Supervisor. I'm so proud, Langston. You wrote something. All right. Recently, there have been some alarming changes in the behavior of altered effect in 2 altered items of the Panopticon. The blank and blank have become much more aggressive, with entirely new effects manifesting for no discernible reason. These items have been investigated for updated containment procedures to counter these new effects, with one successfully discovered to be contained by constant visual contact. But this development is worrying. What if the altered items undergo this behavioral what if all the altered items undergo this behavioral change? We need to find out why this is happening and what is changing. Handling these altered items has also resulted in numerous Panopticon staff being blank. I would say they've gone to the astral plane, but these aren't objects of power. Not one of them has come back. This, plus the uptick in astronauts not returning from their dives, has me wondering what the hell is going on. Is anyone looking into this? Is there any plan? Refer to blank for full report. Actually, I can absolutely understand Langston writing that. That sounds just like him. So, several of the items, including, I think it's the fridge, is the constant visual contact. The fridge has become more volatile. You didn't constantly have to use to look at it, but now it's demanding constant contact. The other one might have been the anchor. Could have been one of several items that we catch up to later, but I'm betting it was the anchor because that's the only other one that's really powerful. And it sounds like handling these altered items has resulted in numerous Panopticon staff being abducted, disappeared. I'm not sure. He would say they've gone to the astral plane, but these aren't objects of power. Maybe they are now. Like, maybe that's the problem. Maybe these are becoming objects of power. They're just leveling up their skill. Oh, we didn't read this when we finished it. So this is the anchor procedure. So once you beat the boss, you get more information. It's like the anchor supplements, what we got on the boss before we beat it. Once you beat it, basically, you get more data on it. So, containment procedure. Black rock paneling successfully prevents manifestation of the sphere. So the sphere is a manifestation of the anchor itself. They got it in 1976. Trotman-style anchor made of iron with a wooden stock. Surface is rusted in places. Weighs 3,789 pounds. Goddamn. This item generates a persistent blank sphere, the purpose of which is currently unknown. The sphere is always generated at a precise point in relation to the item, specifically blank horizontal and blank vertical feet from the anchor. Appendix, 1983. Ranger First Class was dropped into the sphere wearing a dive suit with dedicated oxygen line at blank AMEST. After 10 minutes and 13 seconds inside the sphere, oxygen line was cut at the sphere's border by an unseen force. All agents in the room during blank's entry experienced vomiting, vertigo, loss of fingernails within an hour of one another. Ranger Blank has been declared MIA, presumed dead. Wow. Really glad I didn't go into that sphere, you know? Just super grateful for that not being my fate. There's a room back here, and I'm using it as kind of a safe room because I know there's still more hiss. I feel like there might be another file back here somewhere. Not sure. Could be wrong. Might be wrong. I appear to be wrong. Oh, there's a box. Well, that's just as good as a file. Alright, so I got a shield boost. That's fine. So, we should have more hiss out here. We just saw him a minute ago. If he's still here. Yes, he's still here. Oh, and he's one of those Tomasi style guys. And I think that the astral sphere killed him. Or the astral spike. Which is fine by me. Well, there's definitely somebody else alive around here. Oh! I didn't know the astral spike could come upstairs. Well, that sucks. Actually, that's awesome, because it's going to take him a minute to go downstairs, and it only takes me a millisecond. Okay, so what's downstairs? Let's see, it looks like there's a bunch of munched up shit. That red button, whatever the heck that's for. Oh, hey, you were faster than I thought. I didn't realize you could use logic to go down a fast way. Oh, cool, there's a box. Open the box. Yeah, that sphere is smarter than I anticipated him being. Let's see, anything else? Oh, there's some doors over here. Let's go check out these doors. Oh, a shelter. Sweet deal. Let's see what's in here. Oh, wait a minute. I remember this. I vaguely recall doing this to get away from the astral spike and being like, aha, I'm safe. I was low on health and I got away from the astral spike and now everything will be fine. And you go down here and it spawns a fuckload of enemies. Not a fuckload, just enough that you're like, I didn't really need that today, thanks guys. And it waits until, wait for it, but doesn't that look suspicious? Like a nice little box in the middle of the room? Yeah, super fucking suspicious. Love this game. Why would you do that to me? Anyway, so this is the point at which during the first time I played through this game, I screamed like a little girl. And I think that's understandable. I think anybody would scream like a little girl during this part. Are you done? No, there's more. Look at how many there are, too. Like, this is wave after wave of explodey boys. Fuck off, guys. More? More. No, yeah, why not? Why not? And it sucks because you have to retreat a certain amount every time you deal with one of these waves just because you can't get all of them before they get close to you, you know? And then once they do get close to you, you've already retreated and it's given a chance for the next wave to get close. Ugh. They knew exactly what they were doing with this section. Well, fuck off, guys. Oh, and the door was locked. Right. I don't know if you caught that right at the end there. There was a red shield around the door. That was like a mini boss battle, so the door was locked behind me. So even if I'd wanted to leave to go deal with the astral spike instead of this bullshit, I wouldn't have been able to. And also, I think that shit falling from the ceiling was the astral spike above me, because he still knows where I am. Anyway, here's the actual chest with the actual item and not an explodey enemy in it. And it has an entropic echo. Thanks. That's awesome. I hate you. I don't think there's anything else here. It's just, that's it. Hope you had fun getting your butt kicked by explodey boys. So, in light of that, I guess we'll go back out and face the astral spike because, I mean, fuck it, right? Alright, so he's on our butt, but we have 2 more stories to explore up here. Let's see, we already did this section in the back. We haven't explored, I think there was a door over here we didn't check out. It's locked with a level 6 code. But I have level 6 clearance! Nice! Oh, yay! Another Dr. Darling presentation!
The exact process of how an altered item is born eludes us. We find them in the aftermath of altered world events. They take the form of everyday objects, ever present in our lives, constantly evoked in the thoughts of millions of people, now infused with unpredictable energies. They're altered. The superstitious would call them cursed. Now, are altered items sentient?
The fridge, rubber duck,
Not quite.
coffee thermos.
They're often fixated, programmed almost to cause certain events to happen over and over again. While generally less potent than objects of power,
1 over 173A
not able to be controlled.
divided by 0371. Remember I said 137 earlier? 1 and 3 and 7 are somehow used on these blackboards all the time.
We contain them
Maybe I'm just being paranoid.
in panopticon.
So that tells us a little bit about the Panopticon. And fun fact, I didn't find that on my first playthrough. I guess I never went into this room. I'm an ass. That's fine. I found it now. I don't think there's anything else. It looks like that's it. So now I showed you those fake walls, and now whenever I see those fake walls, I am constantly shooting things at them. I can tell I got a comment, but I can't actually see my comments, so I love you and thank you for commenting, but I don't know what you said. I'll find out in a bit, though, when I have time to look. I think that's all that's on this second floor, and the astral spike is probably going to come up in a minute here because he wants to eat my brains. So let's try the third floor. Paintings, man, don't trust them. Also, it's bad art, let's just say, from like a completely arbitrary perspective. But listen, I got a major in this shit. I'm allowed to say that it's just bad art. There's my stairwell down to the second floor. I don't think there's anything over here. It gets very dark in some of these areas. Okay, you are coming for me. You are coming directly for me. Let's go into this room. I don't think we did this one yet. This was the mirror image of the second floor. Ah, this is where we find that case file. Okay. Panopticon's method proposal. All right, so again, Langston. In this proposal, I'd like to explore the matter of containment policy. When an altered item enters the oldest house, we thoroughly investigate any possible combinations of actions or words or materials that will prevent the item from applying its altered effect. However, I work with these entities every day, and I have good reason to believe that a less convoluted form of containment is possible. The items crave blank. If we initiated a series of blank, praising the items, or perhaps incorporating their images into pieces of blank, that could be visited throughout the Bureau. I believe the altered items would behave without needing to resort to blank, which only lead to the items feeling mistrusted. If we treat them like criminals, we can't be surprised when they try to escape. That is just flat out an interesting statement to me. Langston repeatedly implies that he thinks that the altered items are somehow sentient and that they can be reasoned with, and by the end of the game this becomes a repeat thing where he actually talks about like, hey, I'd love to get some resources so I could do that, so I could actually pay attention to the altered items and control them in some way, shape, or form. And I think it's interesting because on first glance Langston seems like a really normal, level-headed guy. Like, he doesn't seem like a weirdo at all. But he's talking about literally worshipping these things in order to get them to behave better, which is a thought. It's not necessarily something I would have come up with, but sure, why not? But to some degree, I think he might be right, because the fridge wants constant attention, and it works, doesn't it? Speaking of the fridge, I guess we probably better find that poor guy who's been watching the fridge for 24 hours plus a little bit now. Because I did say that that's what I was going to do this time. Oh, hey, there's more stuff over here. Nope. Avoiding conflict, going into random rooms. Okay, so some offices. Some offices with offices. They have throw pillows. With the FBC logo on it, which I gotta admit I want one now. Nothing really going on. Soundproofed offices, I guess, for recording things. A copy of the paper. The paper doesn't say anything. It's called the Bureau, and it's like an internal newspaper. They all have the same data on them. Typewriters, some screen tearing because my PS4 hates me, more audio, more desks. A Threshold, kids! Hell yeah, let's watch that! The Threshold Kids!
TV! Let's watch Junkies in space!
It's not safe.
But Star Captain Hee-Haw! Can I poke it with a stick?
Can I poke it with a stick?
Bureau rule number 74. Always be suspicious of things that weren't there before.
It's a good rule for this place.
Looks safe to me.
Does it? Does it look safe, Meg?
Junkies in space!
Wait, it's not even plugged in.
Yeah, if it's not plugged in, you're gonna have a problem here. Captain Hee-Haw, why? I don't know why that didn't have audio, but it didn't for me. Okay. All right. So that's a fun little thing. So don't trust things that weren't there. Some of the Threshold kids are just terrifying, honestly, and I don't know how to take them. We're going to take a quick 30-second break while I deal with some background stuff, but I will be right back. I'm not even going to pause the stream, so just go get some water or something. Are you hydrated? Have you stayed hydrated today? Go get some water. Stay hydrated. Stretch your legs. Don't get blood clots. These are all important things to do. I will be right back.